Major breaking news on the 25th of September 2025. From Accra to New York, Ghana just made history on the world's biggest financial stage, which has gotten a lot of people reacting. Both Nigerians and Ghanaians are talking about it. On the September 24th, 2025, President Jdmahama Mahama rang the NASDAQ opening bell in Times Square. The moment wasn't just ceremonial, it was a bold signal of Ghana's economic recovery and its invitation to the world. Appearing on towering LED screens, Mahama promoted Ghana's opportunity in technology, agriculture, and renewable energy. The event comes ahead of the US-Ghana Executive Business Roundtable, aimed at connecting American investors to Ghanaian prospects, rating upgrade, and its 15% rise in foreign direct investment in just the first half of 2025. Ghana is indeed showing the world it's ready for business. Let's watch these videos.
Okay, so President Mahama just made history at the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Let me explain. You see, not just his speeches, but with bold moves from health reforms to ringing a NASDAQ bell. President Mahama landed in New York on September 21st with the First Lady and a high-powered delegation. Foreign Affairs Minister, Health Minister, Trade Minister, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center boss, all part of Ghana's team for the United Nations General Assembly 80th Conference. You see, this trip, it's not just another conference. It's a mission to reposition Ghana on the global stage. First up, a side event he himself launched called the Accra Reset. Here, President Mahama told world leaders the rules of global health and development needs a reset. Africa shouldn't just beg for aid. It should have a seat at the table to decide how financing is done. It's a bold pitch for sovereignty and fairness. Then came something symbolic. President Mahama at the NASDAQ in New York. Yes, the Ghanaian president on Wall Street ringing the closing bell. This wasn't just photo or politics. It was tied to US-Ghana Executive Business Roundtable, showcasing Ghana as a place for investors to look twice. And right there in Times Square, towering above the crowd, President Mahama's image lit up the massive NASDAQ billboard. The words, Ghana at NASDAQ, flashing across New York skyline. For many watching, it was more than just a photo. It was Ghana projecting itself on one of the biggest global financial stages. Now behind the scenes, the president lined up meetings with the UN Secretary General, the president of the Rockefeller Foundation, and global business groups. You see, he's fishing for partnership, money, and the credibility for Ghana's health and development agenda. You see, it wasn't just him. The First Lady, Jdmahama, spoke at the event with African First Ladies and even gave a keynote at a World Vision Prayer Service. Soft power matters. It signals Ghana's role in humanitarian and social causes. Now you see, all this builds up to today, Thursday, where President Mahama is scheduled to deliver Ghana's official statement to the UN General Debate. This is the big stage where every word counts. He's expected to push Africa's case for fairer global system. So far, President Mahama's trip has been part activism, part business diplomacy, and part image building. So now my question is, will this move translate into real money and power for Ghana, or just headlines?
His Excellency the President Jdmahama Mahama wakasa ewo United Nations General Assembly na say ebusia President Mahama essay enkane mre no atwam sisia no enya ade a yebegya emrofo no kwan se omomra na ombefa ye japade me kire gold diamond silver me kire agudie biara ewo asase no no se de be ya ombetu a ombefa kese e de akọ na yeni asase no anase japade no eye de ano na omagya ye kakre bi o se de bi da sisia de ye ma omkwan sa biom na emumu no ombebeki sure se negotiation pa ebekọ se de be ya ombetu ye japade no e de kọ a yeni ye benya the bigger share no na omuso enya kakra e de kọ. The President Mahama ewo adwempo ebusia mayentie de kakra na mesen aba.
The days of parceling out vast concession areas to foreign interests for exploitation must come to an end. We'll continue to welcome foreign investment, but we must negotiate better for a bigger share of the natural resources that belong to us. That's true. And we must insist on value addition to these resources. We're tired of the continued image of poverty-stricken, disease-ridden rural communities living at the periphery of huge foreign-controlled natural resource concession areas. We're tired of having people extract the most they can from us and in return offer us the very least by way of respect, consideration, and dignity. Wow. We're tired of not being represented in ways that reveal the richness and complexity of our history or acknowledge all that we have overcome to arrive here in this liminal space of untold possibilities. Allow me to echo the Indian-American writer Arundhati Roy, who wrote, "Another world is not only possible, she's on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her briefing." I want to add that for the sake of Africa, and quite selfishly for the sake of my 18-year-old daughter, I hope that this new world that is arriving is a place of safety and equality for women and girls. To succeed, we must empower everyone, including women and girls, to reach their full potential. In closing, Madam President, I'd like to congratulate you on your election to preside over this historic 80th General Assembly and on being the 5th woman to hold this distinction. I'd also like to congratulate Her Excellency Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman on being the first woman Vice President of Ghana.
Yeah, you tell Lexi. That's the opening for business. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ghana is open for business.
Did you want to do a team photo?
Yeah, let's do a team photo, yeah.
Ghana president they try. I'm telling you the truth, as in the level when they carry Ghana, they go this time around then. Look, the level. Look, this man never reach 1 year. Jdmahama never reach 1 year. Let's just say maybe 8 or 9 months. As in see impact when he don't make. That one a breaking of record though. No be our president when go in Japan when go they lie. Say he don't fight corruption. Imagine, person dey for national TV like this, you dey lie. Say there is no more corruption since you enter, that everything have been impact. Jesus. But President Jdmahama no dey talk. Maybe you know they come outside, go come just they carry they talk, cho. But our president go come outside, you go they talk things when they no say na see. Ghana president they break record, but our president he go they sign peace deal with bandits and the rest.
You see these Nigerian leaders, they are very wicked and heartless. I'm sorry to say this, but it is high time we start talking to these so-called leaders anyhow, because these people, they are heartless. The same Nigerian leaders telling Nigerians enjoying security over there in Europe. The same Nigerian Chief of Army Staff, Christopher Musa, said that Nigerians in Nigeria should start learning combat skills for self-defense. 10 boys with the AK-47, a whole Nigerian Chief of Army Staff telling innocent Nigerians to start learning how to defend themselves empty-handed against people carrying AK-47, carrying bombs. The same Nigeria telling Nigerians over there in Europe enjoying security to come back to Nigeria because their contributions are needed. You can see that these people are foolish. They are wicked. I'm sorry to say this, but we have to start talking to these people anyhow. They are not behaving like elders. They are all criminals. They are all thieves. They are all corrupt.
You can't tell me that this is paid advert. This is never a paid advert. Some countries, I don't want to mention some countries' names, had to send their people from their country to go to America, wait for their presidents, for people to come and welcome them. The same people that were together in their country, they sent to America to go and wait at America to welcome the man that is coming later. But you see, Jdmahama, His Excellency, you see, when you are a good man, people love to associate with you. When you achieve, you have a lot of relationship. Look at the welcome. Look at the effects. Look at after the conference, at United Nations activity. Look at what is happening in New York. This man, man, you were ready for the job, and I think the world is loving you. It is that simple. Just be sincere, be honest, and do the job.
I say, speech now His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. At the Mariasma Fane now war United Nations no. A BC that since 1945 United Nations by Riasim. Where a world record speech, world greatest speech. Just say and happen for any platform so. A BC down. Me say United Nations. Ama my hold your president no Bessia no make say I thought I had PhD, but where I get me who be that. A school panel do mukoi wa lecture or mo. Catch almost a Madam President. UN General Secretary. Me pacho. The wa musi boom nyoma no. Mo mra, mo hihye eye na almost 80 years nyoma ne wo ho no. Eye at modern. Alchem. Mo reset mo system no. Amai so mo so say mo United Nations. Na mo tena wo na mo hwe ne kunkum amanfo. Okuma Africa. Ase mo hwe de ekoso e wo Gaza. Mo hwe de ekoso e wo ye fa ne sen Sudan. Okan ya ka kiro mo say Ghana ya be yesiemu wo pese oba be invest wo Ghana ha bia no bra ekwan da ho owi no ka kiro mo say ekwan da ho ne nso ehye e da ho nie adie bia ye Ghana dia say ye say good ye de ba adie bia ye o man ne dia no ye ne be fa kese so be ba de ekwan da ho ye be fa kese pa na wa fa kakere bi ubenya mfaso ba so ba be fa dodo na Ghana nya ketwa de bi nsi omo bom se mu hoa o meka se kwa me nkroma na se nipa beni ebi si tawo ye peni ya won bo me fa Ghana man John Dramani Mahama se mo peni ama papa wi si form se ne waka so be si form no se mu benya ne se so obiem no na atemuda o se bebi aduru no kura no sa party nyenyi free wo yen cancel NDC ni MPP ne for man ma John Dramani Mahama obeye ne ye mi do nyame John Dramani Mahama onye no manipa.
First of all, the first gentleman of the land, the president of Ghana, is in New York, and he actually addressed the UN General Assembly. I will speak about that later. So his face was projected on this tower. It's in NASDAQ tower, and the MPP guys wanted to make a meal out of it. You understand? Anyways, he met some people from the Rockefeller side. Now look at this man. Yes, he's jotting down everything the president is saying. I'm telling you, this guy takes our ideas. Do you know how Malaysia and Singapore are where they are today? It's because they took Ghana's blueprint. I'll tell you guys about that later. Well, he addressed the UN General Assembly and he doubled down on what Mr. Okujetu said, condemning what Israel is doing in Gaza. So he said a lot of things. Now he said what is going on in Gaza is not good and it needs to end. He also went ahead and said for the fear of reprisals, a lot of nations are hiding. They don't want to use the exact word to describe what Israel is doing in Gaza. And after he finished, the president of Senegal also continued. So you can clearly see that most African nations are siding behind Gaza. They don't like what Israel is doing in Gaza. Don't forget that Africa took Israel to court. You understand? So he also went ahead and said, you know, they should not make the veto power in the UN General Assembly obsolete. You guys remember when the UN General Assembly drafted a resolution of a ceasefire and then USA decided to veto it? He said, you know, they should not give power to some people. Yes, our president. He also said Ghana recognized Palestine as a state in 1988 and also was in the view that a two-state solution would be the best. Well, so now it is clear that Ghana actually is against what Israel is doing in Gaza. Now, all the African leaders that climb this podium to speak, Charlie, they talk their mind. Though. The president of, what's the name? Senegal, Mr. Mahama himself, some representative from Uganda. In fact, all the Africans that claimed this state, they spoke their mind. You understand? They spoke about repatriations and everything.
Let's quickly dissect the video that we just watched. If you know me too well, most times I talk about President John Dramani Mahama, I get some clashback. Even some Ghanaians, they feel like, Uju, this president can never go wrong in front of you. He can never go wrong. Because judging from where I come from, judging from my country, you can tell that President John Dramani Mahama is doing just enough for the good people of Ghana, right? In as much as I believe that no one is a saint, but I am giving him, like, if you ask me to rate him, I'm going to rate him 95%. And if you know what 95% is, you should know there is only God that can get 100%. If you listen to him very well, he didn't even speak for only Ghanaians. If you listen to the speech and everything he said on that stage, he never spoke about only Ghanaians. He spoke for the entire Africa, which reminded me so much about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. If you listen to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he never addresses Ghana. He addresses Africa because he believes that once we tackle things that is going bad or wrong in Africa, we are going to achieve an amount to greater heights. And listening to him and how his picture was just standing tall right there I can tell you that this man is going places. This man is definitely breaking records. This man is definitely making Africa proud. I am so proud of him. I am so proud of him. Let's take it down to some reactions of how Nigerians feel comparing. We all know that there's always room for comparison whenever it comes to Ghana and Nigeria. And I listened to a video made by Christ in Me. He was talking about Nigerians negotiating, Nigerian government negotiating with bandits. This stuff that this guy said is not a lie. It is all over social media. I just don't know how our own president will be negotiating with bandits. Does it mean these bandits in Nigeria, they have outshined or overpowered our presidents, governments? Let me use the word government because it takes a lot of people to be government, not just one person, right? And this guy also was talking about which way forward for Nigerians. If we have believed as a Nigerian that we cannot do anything anymore to better our country, then that is why we are going to continue on daily basis to be getting a lot of clashback and criticism from other countries. See, let me say something. You have to accept with your full chest that you have a problem. That is the only way you're going to have a solution. If you don't believe that you have malaria, how then will you go for malaria drugs? It takes you to accept that you are sick for you to go to the hospital. If you are among those Nigerians that are always criticizing Nigerian content creators, feeling that we are the problem because we are addressing the flaws and the wrongs happening in our country, then you are the problem because you don't even believe that there's a problem in Nigeria. If we do not point out all these flaws and all these problems happening in Nigeria and then finding a solution on how to back these things up, how are we going to find solution? Look at what President Jdmahama Mahama is talking about. He's talking about how to empower security. He's talking about veto power. He's talking about, of course, collaboration, because he has made it countless times that his goal is to collaborate with a lot of countries. He has collaborated with Japan, China, US, most of the countries that work, because if you don't know the power of collaborations, you would not even amount, like, it takes a lot teamwork basically to grow economy. It takes teamwork to learn from people, because when you go to China, when you go to these countries, you take a lot of knowledge from them, and you're gonna inculcate those knowledge in your economy, in your system, to make Ghana better. See, let me say something. I am giving accolades to Ghana and Ghanaians. You guys are blessed to have such a visionary leader, just a leader that reminds me so much about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, just a leader that does what most African leaders can do. He spoke on that stage like it is his fluent English for me. This man, you see him and Sam George, Honorable Sam George, the way this guy speaks English, they bust my brain. Like, they are so outspoken. No wonder Ghanaians are intentional about getting educated leaders. Anytime these guys are speaking, do you know what I check? I don't even listen to most of the things they're saying, because in as much as they're making points, most of these things are political. I listen carefully to their spoken English. I listen carefully to their spoken English. And if I decide to compare it with Nigeria and the way we speak here, it's going to be highly disastrous. I'm going to end here because I want you guys to tell me what you think in the comment section. Please, super congratulations to Ghana, super congratulations to John. Super congratulations to President John Dramani Mahama. I am so proud of you. I believe that Ghanaians are proud of you. Africans as a whole are proud of you. The world are massively celebrating you. And I just love the fact that you do not settle for mediocrity anytime. Like, you're only standing tall. You know your visions, you know your goal, you know your missions, and you are going in for every of that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If this is the first time coming across this sweaty looking woman, my name is Ujuya. Welcome to Uncut. Don't make a like by subscribing. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.